against these tier 8s. And alright, hey guys. I think I have a pretty great replay here of Nisamwoti Maichu?
What the hell did you just say?
From the Act 1-5 clan? It looks like Act 4, but it's Act 1-5 or 1V.
Duh.
Driving his mouse here. And he's gonna show us why the mouse is, you know, still a viable tank even after the nerfs. And I'm kind of curious to see this replay because personally, recently I've purchased the mouse and I've struggled a lot with the mouse. I guess maybe it's just against my playstyle of faster mobile tanks. And I find that the relatively flat frontal armor, right? You can see the cheeks are relatively flat. This is a huge flat plate, and even the front here, this is a giant weak spot here. And everyone just shoots heat straight through the mantlet, and every time you try to take a shot, you flatten out your front cheeks. So let's see how Maichu does this, or Nisam. I'm just gonna call him Nisa.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Let's see how he drives his mouse. So let me make this map bigger. So he's going here on mines to the typical heavy corner here. This position I find is the best position to go when you're in your heavily armored slow tanks, just because you get complete RD cover from this huge, I guess, castle type structure here. You do have to be careful of players making this play like the standard B is. So, very good thing that a lot of the enemies have also come to this position. And KV4 has kind of made a mistake poking out perpendicular, or nearly perpendicular, not angling his armor very well, and most likely got double tracked there. And yeah, this is another position that you have to be aware of, since players can shoot, actually they can crest over this ridge line here and then they can shoot you in the rear. So Nisa has elected to fall back, and the ELC even 90's kind of frustrated with his team, seeing as they're already down 5 tanks at the beginning of this game, and the enemies kind of sniff blood in the water. And we'll see, looks like the IS-7s on Nisa's team are AFK, which is unfortunate for Nisa. And he's doing good angling here, trying to angle his armor at around 45 degrees to the enemies. So he's elected to just let that VK go, and hopefully his teammates can finish him. But now he's going to turn his armor. I would have liked to see Nisa try to protect his one-shot RU. But unfortunately, his RU friend dies, and it looks like it's only 4 tanks and then 2 AFK tanks versus, what is that? 11 tanks? So this is going to be an epic carry if Nisa can manage it. Gets a really nice shot into that standard B, who probably should be trying to flank around here or maybe on the other side of the map. And now he's really in a tough spot. Yeah, go for the kill on the standard B. Okay, his teammate takes him out. And gets a really nice bounce off the Super Conqueror. Nisa's using his armor very well, and unfortunately bounces off the side of that Super Conqueror. But he does bounce the Super Conqueror's shell. Yeah, see if you can hit that lower plate. Drive forward. You can probably hit that lower plate now. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm surprised that Super Conquer actually penetrated him there. That's the first shot that's penetrated him all game. Yeah, he's angling his lower plate very, very well there. And this is kind of odd that the Super Conquer is not firing APCR. Every time I play my mouse, I'm just gold spammed to death. And Nisa takes out the Super Conquer, shooting him in the lower plate. So Super Conquer kind of messed up there. Probably should have been trying to play hull down on these wrecks here. Or just falling back because he was getting hit by the artillery as well. So it looks like Nisa's southern flank is getting... Yeah. Nisa takes a shot at the CDC. Unfortunately, he misses. Or the shot just doesn't fly to where the CDC is. And unfortunately, his T95 friend dies. And so it's now Nisa and his artillery versus 8 tanks. And the Sturv just... I don't understand what he's doing, really. Definitely don't want to sit in front of a mouse. Or if you are gonna sit in front of a mouse, just try to do damage. Like, accept the fact that you're gonna get hit multiple times and make sure you penetrate the few shots that you can hit, right? He definitely has better a better rate of fire than the mouse does, especially in siege mode. So yeah, now he's angling his armor perfectly against these tier 8s. And
Okay.
oh, takes a big shot from that object. And the object's on his side. Let's hope Nisa can repair and angle his armor away or drive away from the object. Nice. I like what he does here. He tries to focus down the one-shots. Unfortunately, he's tracked. It's very nice that he doesn't have to focus on this object. So he's focusing his attention on the tier 10, right? He's the biggest threat, and he's angling his armor towards, or he's angling his armor so that he gives this Super Conqueror the worst possible penetration, right? He doesn't really care if he's not angling towards, or he's angling poorly against that FV, since he has lower penetrations, less likely to pen him. So very smart move on Nissan's part. Very good shot on that Super Conqueror, and immediately switches to HE. Very smart there, and unfortunately the Super Conqueror fires an APCR round, and oh, that shot would have been great if he hit. And now the artillery is raining on him. Let's see, come on, get a kill shot here. Beautiful. Now what I would do is drive towards this rock here. Drive towards it. He gets tracked. I might repair here, just because the artillery might hit him. Yeah, he needs to make his way towards this rock. Very nice shell into that FV. And yep, now he's staying safe from artillery. He just needs to be careful of the artillery coming behind him and flanking him, as well as if the FV decides to cap, right? If he decides to cap like in this position right here, it will probably force Nissan to have to cross all this open ground, and thus the artillery will have a clean kill shot, right? So Nissan really has to be careful, because the biggest threat to him is the artillery. So he's trying to prevent the FV from making this cross here, right? Because he knows that if he tries to cross this open ground, he's dead, right? He's only on 40 HP. Now he's lit. Ooh, I don't know why he's so high here. Artillery could hit him potentially. And if I was this FV, I would probably shoot HE. And that was just a very bad cross, even though the mouse fired. Wow. Amazing game. Almost 11,000 damage and 7,000 blocked in the mouse. So now it's just a duel between the 212A and the mouse. So it's really gonna be who's quicker to the trigger, right? So let's see, how would I think about approaching this artillery? I would probably go right here, because there's 3 positions that the artillery most likely could be in. This position, or this position, right? Unless he relocated to like here. So there's like a good set of bushes here you could probably spot through, or he could spot through, because oh yeah, that's a heartbreak. Good on that 212A, set up a really nice ambush on Neeson, and unfortunately he didn't have enough HP at the end to carry the situation. I guess my logic was the same logic as Neeson, and it got him killed. I mean, knowing his position, hindsight 2020, the best approach lane probably would have been go down here, right? But the thing is, if you do try to go down here, right? If the artillery decides to sit up here, you'll probably get spotted, right? There's no soft cover you can use. I guess one approach lane he could have probably used was cross here and then go along here, so that, or maybe like assume that maybe because it looks like this rock probably would, let's see here. I just want to see if there's rock. Yeah, it looks like, can I zoom out? Or it looked like this rock here would prevent the artillery from, okay, this replay is just
1 hour later.
Can I just
5 hours later.
Jesus Christ, this replay is really bad. But these rocks here on the side would prevent the artillery from spotting him if he like hugged this wall here, and he could poke through here and potentially get some spots through, right? And potentially spot through. But I mean, there's some bushes here that the artillery could use, so really it's difficult. You really have to like get close to the artillery so that he can spot through the camp or through the bushes if the artillery was there. But I mean, really, this is like a coin flip anyways, because it's just whoever is faster to hit their left mouse button. So amazing replay here by Nisa Whitney. Nisa Mo Whitney Maichu.
Stop it. Get some help.
From the Act 4 clan, driving in his mouse. So let's take a look at these post-game stats.
11 minutes later.
Let's see. How does this? Mouse still OP, but that Artie. 1 versus 7. Oh yeah, he was standing alone 1 versus 7. Unfortunately, he couldn't pull off the win in that situation, but Ace Tanker, obviously. Bradley Walters for 8 kills. Cool-headed for surviving 10 ricochets in a row. High Caliber and the Top Gun. Let's see. 11,000 damage. Insane. 9 kills and 1,094 base experience. And indeed, his 2 IS-7s and an Object 261 were AFK. This entire platoon 2 was AFK. Entire platoon of tier 10s was not playing, right? And if they were playing, I think this definitely would have been a different result. But Nisa probably wouldn't have been able to get 11,000 damage, right? And looks like platoon 3 on the enemy team pretty much all did 3,000 damage. And unfortunately, Cannibal Hammer took out our hero here at the end of the game. Let's see, 33 shots fired, 28 direct hits, and 23 penetrations. Very good marksmanship on his half. And as well as 2 HE rounds, crucial shots on the Super Conqueror at the end of the battle. Let's see, pretty much all of his shots were within 300 meters. So definitely a close quarter brawling type of heavy. And 7,000 blocked. Yeah. That Super Conqueror that was fighting both Super Conquerors definitely should have fired more APCR. I mean, that's really the only way to fight a mouse frontally. Or get its side and flank, right? And he made 100,000 credits. He didn't fire a lot of APCR in this game, which is what I kind of see a lot with mouse drivers, is they fire a lot of premium rounds. But Neeson showed his marksmanship this game and didn't need to fire as much APCR rounds, and chose his ammunition very carefully this game. And 10-minute battle. So I would say that the mouse is not OP. I think Neeson was just fighting under the right circumstances in a position where the enemies didn't really flank him at the end, especially while he was sitting on that corner. And the object who made his I guess like YOLO run over him unfortunately gets or fortunately for Neeson, got flipped on his side, so he wasn't fighting from multiple flanks. And as well as I didn't see a lot of premium rounds being fired at him. Whenever I play my mouse, I just get fired, like they just fire premium rounds straight through my mantlet, and or not my mantlet, just my cheeks on my turret, and it's just over. And oftentimes the mobility, just because he is fighting on mines, which is a relatively small map, he didn't need to travel far to get to the front line. But on a lot of maps, you do have to cross a lot of ground in order to even get into position. And there's a lot of HE based tanks that just don't really care how much armor you have, right? So perfect situation for the mouse, and very good play by Nisa here. So let me know your thoughts on the mouse, and let me know what other tanks you would like to see. So have a good one. War Room out.